overwhelming. It can also cause dry hair and itchy skin. Save your home and yourself from these hard water hassles with a Culligan water softener, the world's most efficient. For a limited time, get better, softer water at every tap when you rent, buy, or finance a Culligan water system. Contact Culligan. Water you love.
Hi, Todd Powers for SnowCountry.com with the latest Michigan ski report. Prioritize your self-care and switch to Cricket for unlimited plans starting at $35 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket. For the President's Weekend, you've got the green light for fine corduroy cruising on every trail and seasonably comfortable temperatures to go with it. Lots of folks will be out there, so ski safely and keep your speed in check. Crystal Mountain with all 59 trails, glades, and terrain parks, and Saturday Teddy Fest to support the Teddy Nate Foundation and their adaptive sports initiatives. They'll have raffle prizes and more. Shanty Creek with smooth sailing on all 42 trails, including some fun glades off the Red Chair. Treetops, 28 trails, 100% open. The lights on till 8 to kick off the weekend. Nubs Knob with 53 trails, 100% open. The Big Time Terrain Park, fresh and loaded with features. Searchmont with 22 trails, 100% open. The Homestead, well-groomed cruising, 9 to 7 Saturday, 9 to 4 Sunday. More at snowcountry.com. I'm Todd Powers.
The President's Day sale going on now at your Gaylor Gardner White Furniture has tremendous doorbuster deals, plus an extra 30% off furniture and 60% off mattresses. Get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now with an in-store credit card or many different 0% interest plans. Redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylor Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
When disaster strikes, like the 2025 ice storm, that's when you breathe a sigh of relief that you have a great insurance company like Cornell Insurance in Grayling. They live in your community and know what you're going through. Do you really want to speak with someone on the phone thousands of miles away in some call center that doesn't even know what's happened in your area? Cornell Insurance, friendly, knowledgeable, and most importantly, local in your community. Over 100 years of serving you. Stop by our office on Huron Street in Grayling.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
It's time for the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show on Up North Sports Radio with your host, Rich Calkins.
Time for the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Dedicated to providing the best customer service and the best offers, JimWernigChevrolet.com. Rich Calkins back in the saddle here along with Jerry Coyne. At JC, starting with us right out of the gates is Sean Finnegan from Traverse City, St. Francis. And
delivering a Valentine's Day gift to every gym rat in Northern Michigan.
That is right, exactly. Wearing many hats, coaching later on tonight, but he's going to be tournament director at the Northern Michigan Showcase. Sean, thanks for joining us, and you got a big day planned.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It's for the love of the game today. We're excited to spend a good day in the gym. I got lucky once again that there looked like a great lineup of competitive matchups with everybody having a winning record aside from my group. But we're excited for the matchups. It should be a great day.
Yeah, Coach, starting off at 12 noon, you've got undefeated TC Christian taking on a very good Baldwin team. That's, both those Division IV teams, very good.
Yeah, Baldwin's got a couple really good players from what I've seen and heard, and, we experienced firsthand TC Christian the other night, and, if they shoot the ball well, they're a very dangerous team as well, so that should be a very good start to the day.
Yeah. Coach, then, going throughout the day, local favorite Glen Lake at 14-3, at least going into last night. Ishpeming Westwood from the western part of the UP, 18-1. There's a heavy flavor of the UP teams this year, Coach. And I made the joke yesterday on our Sportscape show that wondering if you were going to serve pasties this year as part of the food.
I would sure love it, I'll tell you that. It's been a while since I was a student at Michigan Tech, but that was definitely a favorite of mine growing up. And,
Yeah, Coach, we'll have to get Muldoon's or somebody like that to sponsor part of it there, because I know it would be a favorite.
Hey, I tell you what, the Two River Deli makes a damn fine pasty. I don't know if you've had there yet.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do make
Yeah.
a good one.
But, Coach, we got to get to it. So, pizza, what else have we got available? I mean, you're going to have people in that gym for 6, 7, 8 hours.
Yeah, so, pizza's always there. We'll have the popcorn, all the traditional stuff, and then we've also got some kind of half subs from Apapanos this year, who's also supplying our pizza. We've got a good partnership with them.
Okay.
They've done a lot for some of, when I haven't been to take care of my away teams with pizza. So we also have them making subs for us to sell throughout the day as well.
Okay. Last year you had a food truck, but no taco truck this year?
Yeah, no, we talked about it. It's, there's a lot of logistics that goes into the day, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of people to make it work. And, some years it's like you've got extra people trying to figure out where you can use them, and other years you're scrambling to just make everything come together. So that was something that, it's a nice thing to be able to consider and think about, but this year just didn't work out.
Yeah, well, the front of the gym gets pretty busy when you got buses unloading, guys getting on the bus, you're stepping around the taco truck.
Yeah, location was maybe not key. I mean, it was great for them, but it made it a little harder for us as far as just, like you said, the entryway and everything we're trying to do at those front doors. So, it'll be a little freer movement this year anyway.
Right, yeah, Coach, those parking spots over there are at a premium, Coach.
Yeah, we've been selling tickets for that. I think. So,
That's a good move.
You make more money on the parking than you do on the entry to the gym. And
how it works at most places you go, the parking costs more than the ticket to whatever game you're going to.
It's true.
The really big benefit is the weather's mild, so we shouldn't have any travel problems with all your UP teams.
No, I already talked to Menominee's coach this morning. They stayed the night in Mackinac City.
Okay.
They played in Gladstone last night. They got an hour or two away from Gladstone, and then had some players realize they didn't bring their uniforms from the locker room. So they had an extended drive last night, which should have been about a 2-hour drive, 2.5 hours from Gladstone to Mackinac City, turned into 5, 6 hours.
Jeez.
Oh, gee.
Oh, boy.
So he as he said politely this morning, he was less than thrilled with these guys. So we'll see if there's a little fire lit under them. And actually, Menominee just lost a tough game a couple nights ago to Issuing Westwood, handing them their third loss. So it definitely looks like there's some very, very competitive UP teams coming down.
Yeah.
Issuing Westwood's got a kid. His last name escapes me right now, but he's about 6'3", and might be the best athlete in the gym today. So,
wow.
And that's saying a lot with Carter over there at West. So,
right.
This kid can really elevate, and he's a special athlete.
Oh, that's cool, Coach. It'll be fun to watch him. That 3:30 tip-off, Traverse City West coming off that big win against Petoskey last night. Back-to-back Big North champions. Coach Doug Ballman's doing a great job there against a really competitive Granville team that has just gone through the meat grinder of a schedule with the Rockfords and East Kentwoods and everybody they play.
And they've got a great record to show for it coming out of that, too.
Yes.
It tells you something. And watching a little film on them as well, they are a very physical team. And
they have to be.
Right, and down there, exactly, you have to be. But it's going to be interesting to see it. If I remember correctly, their point guard is a really good player. So, as I can speak to, anytime you have a point guard that's elite, it makes everything else a lot easier. So,
yes, it does.
A group with a great point guard that's got a chance to be tough. So that should be a very good game.
Now, there's a real decent chance that the state Division I champion comes out of that league.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always so competitive down there, and Muskegon and East Kentwood, like you said, and Rockford. It's just that is a gauntlet of teams to navigate come district time. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out. That sometimes historically, sometimes your toughest games for a while are in your district. So, and who gets out of there and survives is the one that has maybe a good shot to get to a quarter or semifinal or something like that.
Who's after TC West?
That district will be the same.
Yeah, Coach, that 5:15 game is TC Central versus that Menominee team that you mentioned. Again, Menominee Division III, but again, they play really good basketball.
Yeah, and when you look at the UP, it's like you kind of throw away the divisions a little bit because it just kind of comes down to who's got the best athletes, who's they're well coached. They always play, all the UP teams that are good always play a good blue collar game. They're physical, they're tough, they play so hard, and then if you get lucky enough to have a few shooters and good true basketball players out of that as well, you see some good talent like we saw with Marquette last year. So they all play each other, and the top teams, the teams with the best records are there's usually a reason. So I think Menominee is going to be a tough matchup for Central. I think it's going to be a great game. Neither of them are super big from what I've seen as far as size goes. So matchup-wise, it should be fairly competitive there. I think Luke does a great job with the boys over at Central. So they're going to play hard, and they're going to want to, although it's not their home court, it's their hometown, so they're going to want to not give one up here in Traverse City, and we'll, another matchup that will be fun to watch.
For sure, Coach, and you close out the evening's festivities with a 7 o'clock tip-off against undefeated Pickford.
Yeah, I told the boys we had, we're with great opportunities these last couple of weeks to knock off, knock off an undefeated team, and we didn't quite play the way I was hoping against Christian, and really until 3.5 minutes left, we couldn't get a shot inside the gym, so that didn't help our cause either. But have another opportunity tonight. Pickford's got some length, which it seems like with our team this year, we've been smaller than everybody. So nothing new, I guess, on our end. But they will throw a little 1-3-1 action at us. They're going to try and trap a little bit. They're gonna be hopping around, and they're going to play super hard. So another team that it's a good opportunity for us.
Yeah, Coach.
You beat a team like that, it gives you a little extra confidence going into the last week here, and then into the big stuff after that. So really hoping to get some of these boys to chew on to create a little momentum for us these last couple of weeks.
Well, in your last few games, Coach, I mean, you took on that Saginaw Novell team. You took them to overtime, but just couldn't get it done in that OT. And speaking of that Traverse City Christian team, you battled them to within 4 points. I mean, so you guys are right there.
Yeah, it's just closing out games. It's always there's different facets to the game, and one of them is finishing. And you've got to be able to do that. And as we learned with Christian, it's not just about finishing. You can't let yourself get down that far, and I was disappointed with some of our effort defensively and on the boards, and that led to them having a 18-point lead on us with about 3.5 left, and we had a timeout, and I told the kids, I said, listen, you got 3.5 minutes, you got one more chance. This is the final opportunity to make a run. Like, we're not out of this. It's not over.
Right.
And to their credit, I mean, we executed extremely well with our end-of-game situational stuff. We did some different pressing that we don't normally do, and the boys reacted well to it, and we hit some shots, so that that helped. But we got it within 2, and then ended up losing by 4. But that was just another, it was a reminder to them that it's a 32-minute game, not a 3.5-minute game. If we're only down 8 or 10 at that point, we'd probably come back and win. But 18 was a hell of a mountain to climb.
No doubt.
But we proved that, hey, look at what we can do in such a short period if we are locked in. So I'm hoping that resonates, and we can put a few more minutes together than 3.5.
Yeah, and you've got a sticky situation with that, Coach, because you guys are the last game. Your kids are going to be watching a lot of. I don't know if you're going to have them there the whole time. I'm sure some of them are helping with the organization of it, but it could be tough to avoid a slow start.
Yeah, we're going to have a shoot around here in about 45 minutes, and just to get them out of bed, get them sweating a little bit, get them and I made it very clear to them. I said, I want you guys to watch the games today. I want you to absorb some of this basketball and see how some of these teams play and effort, especially that some of these teams play with. I said, but do not sit in those bleachers for 7 hours.
Yeah.
I need, between every game or at every halftime, go for a walk outside, go down the hall, stretch. We'll go down to the weight room a couple times today and just, stretch them and kind of do some yoga stuff. And we're going to keep them moving. I'm not going to let them sit there because that's exactly what will happen. They'll get, as we used to call it, waffle butt there from the bench. And
run gassers in the hallway.
Yeah,
exactly. Got to keep moving, keep some sort of a routine together, and that's going to be part of our challenge. But I think I think it'll be a great day, and if they can appreciate what they're watching, but also stay focused to what their job is at the end of the day, we'll be happy with the result.
Yeah, Coach, it's the 4th annual Northern Michigan Showcase. You got a good thing going there. Of course, JC and I really appreciate it being gym rats. So, again, more and more Northern Michigan is catching on to this, and it's really a great thing that you're doing there at the St. Francis Gym.
Well, I appreciate that, guys, and as always, appreciate your support and you guys coming and covering it and all that.
Yep.
I hope for everybody that does come that they appreciate it, enjoy it, because I don't do it for anything other than, like you guys just said, because I'm a gym rat. I love watching all the games. It's actually one of those things I wish I could just run the event and not have a game. I enjoy the basketball,
right?
And not have to think about my own preparation. But it'll be a fun day, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, no question. Well, Sean, we'll see you over there this afternoon, and we appreciate you taking time to join us this morning.
You bet. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Sean Finnegan of Traverse City St. Francis. Yeah. When Coach started that, JC, I mean, it's just you and I were just like, this is awesome.
Well, they had Cass Tech the first couple years,
Sure
and
did.
they, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
That was.
And then Wayne Memorial, the top team, played in the state finals last year.
Yeah.
Were there.
So, and it looks like a whole bunch of other schools all over the state have piggybacked on this idea.
They have, yes.
And so I don't know if they're going to get the quality teams from the metropolitan Detroit area and on the west side of the state now, because, I mean, we talked about this during the show, that huge showcase that they had down in Grand Rapids, and what was it, between December and January?
That was
everybody.
Yeah. Oh, that was just
East Lansing played in there, and Brother Rice played in there, and Catholic Central beat Brother Rice in the semis for the Catholic League Championship, which is being played today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Rockford
Toledo St. John's and Detroit Catholic Central are playing each other today. So. And the PSL finals are today as well.
Yeah. So because again, the regular season is winding down. We have one more.
Well, those regular seasons are over for those teams.
Yeah.
And then they have like a week off. It's been like that for a while. I remember playing 2 games after the Catholic League tournament was over before the state tournament
just to
started.
have some games played before. Yeah, but that stuff was already taken care of. Okay, when we come back, we're going to have Pat Schultz, head coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Ladies Snowbirds. They continue to roll along. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick, GMC in Gaylord.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howie, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
Big capability, smart monthly payments. It's all happening now at Jim Wernick GMC. Lease a 2026 Sierra Elevation 4-wheel drive double cab for only $166 per month plus tax. Or choose the confident 2026 Terrain Elevation all-wheel drive for $399 a month plus tax. These are 24-month leases, 10,000 miles per year with 2026 due at signing. Ready to make your move? Call 989-732-4288 and drive professional grade today. Jim Wernick GMC. We are professional grade. See dealer for details.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
The President's Day sale going on now at your Gaylor Gardner White Furniture has tremendous doorbuster deals, plus an extra 30% off furniture and 60% off mattresses. Get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now with an in-store credit card or many different 0% interest plans. Redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylor Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
At Munson, we're committed to you.
Every day, we bring our best to the table.
And go the extra mile so you can stay closer to home.
We restore what's been lost and mend what's been broken.
We tend you with great care.
And deliver miracles to our communities.
At Munson, you can be sure you're in good hands.
Because we're committed to Northern Michigan and committed to you. Learn more at munsonhealthcare.org/commitment.
Spring is just around the corner. Get your business ready to roll. Jim Wiernig Chevrolet in Gaylord has serious commercial vehicles at serious almost spring savings. Right now, save over $5,000 on in-stock commercial inventory, including 2025 Chevrolet Express 2500 cargo vans, 2025 Chevy Express box trucks, and 2025 Silverado 2400 HD dump trucks. Built to work, ready for the season, and priced to move. Visit ChevyCentral.com or stop by Jim Wiernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig's Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now is the head coach of the Lady Snowbirds, Pat Schultz. And Pat, three things you can count on in life: death, taxes, and the Lady Snowbirds playing excellent basketball.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't know about that last one. We're we've been playing okay. Obviously, as a coach, you want to clean some things up, especially going into the game that we're going into on Monday, and we kind of addressed a lot of that today at practice. And it is the girls are playing good, but this is definitely going to be a step up in competition. So we will see how ready we are.
That's right. Taking on Glen Lake there at the home gym. I really hope you have a huge crowd there, Coach.
That would be nice. It's the girls. I'll say this: I've been the varsity coach. I don't know what it is, 7 or 8 years here, maybe more than that, and I've been in the program for 17 or 18 years. The girls program, kind of regardless of how well we are doing, doesn't seem to get the love that a lot of the boys programs do.
Right.
But I would hope that the body of work that this group has put together would be enough to draw some people in on a Monday night to watch two good teams play a basketball game. It should be a good basketball game. Obviously can't make any predictions because they have several excellent basketball players, and I think we do as well. It's just going to be who kind of can impose what they're strong at, a little bit more than the other, I think, on Monday night.
Yeah, Coach, and you're talking about the growth of the program overall, and sometimes it takes time for the community to kind of get behind some of that stuff. Coach, all you can do is continue to put a great product out there, and you've got great kids in your program, and I truly believe that it'll catch fire and people will really start backing it.
Well, I'll say this: our girls, we aren't always perfect in our games and our execution, but when it comes to the volume of work and the effort, I think our girls are unmatched. That doesn't mean we're always the most talented. We're rarely the most talented group anytime we play. But I will say, if nothing else, our girls are going to give you everything that they have. And a lot of nights that's enough, and some nights it's not. But they do try to get after it as hard as they can. Oh,
in high school basketball, high school football, a lot of times it is the team that with the most energy, the most effort out on the court or the field, they win those games.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have to, since we are very rarely ever the biggest or the most skilled team. We have got to try to outwork people, and that's everything that we're predicated on.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's the philosophy, Coach. The tough man-to-man. I don't want to get into our man-to-man versus zone conversation.
I was hoping we get one phone call where we would.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, and so you have hung your hat on getting into the body space and the face of your opponents, and let the chips fall as they may.
Yes. So. I was talking to actually my wife and one of my former players last night after the game. So, like, the first time through the schedule when you play people, I mean, quite honestly, we're always, like, at the beginning of the season, we're always in better shape than most teams just because of how we play and do. And so, the first time around in the schedule, there's a lot of lopsided games. And this second time around, you see games closer earlier, but it seems like last night, East Jordan, I mean, we were fortunate enough to have our way with them the first time around. And then last night, the second time around, everyone's in better shape. Everyone is kind of mid-season form. Shooting is a little bit sharper. But, like last night and some of the previous nights, third quarter, we start to separate a little bit. And by the beginning of the fourth, I think our cardio and our strength conditioning that we've been really, really working on, that kind of takes over for us. We have to. If we can't, we have to win by attrition. I mean, that's the bottom line, because we're just not going to, throw down in the low block and go to work down there for 32 minutes. Just that's not. We don't have those kids.
Yeah.
So we've got to get to your lungs, and sometimes it's the second quarter this time of year. A lot of times it's the third quarter, and sometimes it's the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no doubt, Coach. Now, also, that game Monday night is a big one. Couple nights after that, you've got Central Lake and then Joburg and in the Lakes to close out the regular season. But, Coach, who do you have in your district this year?
I hope I don't get this wrong. I think our district is Hillman, Joburg, Atlanta, and maybe Alba and us, I think.
Okay.
So it's a kind of a little different. It's a little different one for us.
Right.
But we are so. I have found, like, with this group and with a lot of my other groups, I am just. It is literally one game at a time. I do not. I know we have a game on Wednesday, and all our games from here on out are going to be challenging. But I am just. We got to be process people. We cannot be looking at the scoreboard. We are just. Process what's ahead of us, what's next, and what's important right now, and then we just move on from that.
Now, Coach, I think you might want to have them make the announcement at church on Saturday and Sunday about the game coming up.
Right.
See, you know what? I might have to talk to Father beforehand. You're right. I don't even know if that might pull some people in. Hopefully, I really, a lot of times I just want people to see, how hard these girls working. And granted, it's not always the prettiest, just because we kind of try to ugly things up a little bit. But, I mean, when it comes to effort, these girls they work really, really hard. And I wish they had a few more eyes on them just to see exactly what they're putting into this. Yeah.
And, Coach, I've talked to a lot of coaches, and they tell me when they run specific defenses or sets and things like that, they look, if it looks ugly and chaotic out there, that we're doing our job.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you really try to take away, you try to know what they're going to do. You try to take that away. On offense, it's kind of, and I think it's going to be like that on Monday. It's who's going to be able to impose, what they do the best, the most often. And Glen Lake has some good basketball players. They like to pound it in. They've got one of the girls, Lydia Fosmore, who's on my AAU team. She's an inside-outside threat. She can do both. So I know they're going to try to stay true to what has got them to this point, and they play a super hard schedule. And we, are going to try to get to them over 4 quarters. It is not. I don't expect, one team or the other to run away with this thing right away. And I'm hoping that the kind of what our game plan and how we have it schemed up is going to give us a little bit of an edge, and we can maybe get to their legs and their lungs in the second half.
Yeah, Coach, that is a nice, when you do some coaching on the AAU level, you're able to see up close and personal what some of these other players are like, and it really helps with you strategically for your team. Oh,
100%. I mean, you get a little bit spoiled when you're playing AAU because you can run a lot because you have, kids at every position that really can. They're really dynamic, and they're obviously playing AAU because they want to try to play at the next level. So you get those kind of kids, and that's super fun. And Lydia, the one that I coach, is a great kid. She's a real dynamic player. It's going to be nice to see her. I'm really hoping that we can kind of control her a little bit. But Lids, she's a super hard player. I mean, that girl goes at you. Take 5 of her on your team all day long. I mean, that kid gets after it really, really well.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I'll say a prayer for you, and we'll get some more people in that gym, because when that place is packed, it can be a little daunting.
It is a great, it's the oldest. I don't know. I'm not.
Oh yeah, it's the oldest gym.
It's one of the oldest gyms around here, and it's a box. But I mean, it's a little. A little wanky when you're trying to have a sideline out of bounds and your heels are on the wall and your feet are inbound.
Yep.
It is a little weird in that aspect. But when you get a good crowd in there, back in the day when I was coaching, and we used to, like, our big rival was Joburg way back when, and they always travel. They still travel well. When you get half of Joburg or 3/4 of Joburg in that small gym, and when we were really, really back in the Lady Birds, I mean, that gym was packed, and you couldn't hear to call anything. I mean, it was basically just 2 teams on autopilot, and you were, hoping that yours came out on top, because you couldn't hear anything in that gymnasium. And I'm hoping we can have something similar to that on Monday night.
Oh, that would be great, Coach. I really hope it comes to fruition for you.
Yeah, I do too. As long as we play hard, and they play hard, everyone stays safe. I will be really, really happy to be on my sideline to watch that game, because it's going to be 2 good teams, and it should be a good basketball game.
All right, and no zone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think that kind of goes. I don't know. It just depends on if things are really going sideways. Your face is going to pop in my head. I'm like, man, we might have to
time out.
Time out. We might have to. It just depends. You'll find out the next time we talk. I'll let you know.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
All right, Pat Schultz from the Gaylord Lady Snowbirds. Best of luck. He's great. Pat's great.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's done a great job with that program, and like you said, it would be nice to have the kids get rewarded for what I mean.
I've seen they've gotten some pretty good crowds in there for some of the girls teams. I mean, I haven't been to a game at St. Mary's in a while now. I don't live in Gaylord anymore.
Right.
So it's an hour-long commitment each way if I'm going to the game.
Yeah. It is.
So. Too bad they're not playing Forest area. I could see them in my backyard.
That's right.
But, try to get to a district game, although I don't know if they're holding the district. I think their district's in Hillman.
Okay. In a traditional one where everyone always plays at the
Yep.
gym. Yeah, those are becoming fewer and fewer all around.
Well, that's a small district.
He did. Elba, and only 4 teams.
Elba, Atlanta, Hillman, and Joburg. So 5 teams.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that we've been, at least on the boys' side, at least 6 or 7 teams in the district. So
right.
I don't know if he's. I think he's. That can't be right. They got to have at least one more team.
Right. I'll have to dig into it here and find out. But all right, when we come back, we'll have a recorded interview from Doug Ballman from Traverse City West last night, and we'll also talk about the National Guard Player of the Week. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick, GMC in Gaylord.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. And whether you're carving through fresh powder on a sled or kicking up dust on an ORV, the person in the front of the pack holds more than just the lead. They hold the safety of the entire group in their hand. In Northern Michigan, our trails can change in a heartbeat. A good leader doesn't ride for the fastest person, they ride for the least experienced. But leadership isn't just about the person at the front, it's about the link system. Here's the golden rule for every intersection from Cadillac to the bridge. You don't pull away until you see the headlights of the person behind you. Once they arrive and see which way you're turning, then you go. Then they do the same thing for the rider behind them. This creates a chain of accountability. Remember, whatever you're riding, use your head and use your hands and watch your mirrors. A successful ride isn't about how fast you got to the destination. It's about making sure every single machine in your group is parked back at the trailer at the end of the day. And remember, ride smart, ride safe, and don't leave your trash. Leave a good impression.
Visit us on upnorthsportsradio.com to keep up with trail conditions.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
Outdoor Equipment Co. is more than just a dealership. They're a local, family-owned company with 3 locations across Michigan, carrying the top brands in power sports, marine, and outdoor equipment like Tahoe Pontoon, Kawasaki, Toro, and more. Whether you're shopping for a new unit or you need parts, service, or warranty work, you need to see the experts at Outdoor Equipment Co., Michigan's trusted source for sales, service, and parts. For the Outdoor Equipment Co. location nearest you, head to OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Big capability, smart monthly payments. It's all happening now at Jim Wernick GMC. Lease a 2026 Sierra Elevation 4-wheel drive double cab for only $166 per month plus tax. Or choose the confident 2026 Terrain Elevation all-wheel drive for $399 a month plus tax. These are 24-month leases, 10,000 miles per year with 2026 due at signing. Ready to make your move? Call 989-732-4288 and drive professional grade today. Jim Wernick GMC. We are professional grade. See dealer for details.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howie, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
Start your engines and blaze your way to Bay Mills Resort and Casino. With fresh snow, groomed trails, and amazing views, Bay Mills is Michigan's premier destination for snowmobiling all winter long. Once you let the engine cool down, come warm up with a hot meal at the Back Bay Grill and Games, or test your luck on the casino floor where it gets even hotter. Follow us on Facebook or visit BayMillsCasinos.com for more information. Bay Mills Resort and Casino. Your vacation starts here.
You've got it tuned to 101.1 WGRY, the place for all the Tigers, Pistons, and Red Wings action, plus 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, powered by your Gaylord Gardner White Up North Sports Radio.
Spring is just around the corner. Get your business ready to roll. Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord has serious commercial vehicles at serious almost spring savings. Right now, save over $5,000 on in-stock commercial inventory, including 2025 Chevrolet Express 2500 cargo vans, 2025 Chevy Express box trucks, and 2025 Silverado 2400 HD dump trucks. Built to work, ready for the season, and priced to move. Visit ChevyCentral.com or stop by Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. See dealer for details.
If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education or where your talents lie, the Michigan Army National Guard has most of the answers. Your participation in a few yearly training exercises will make you stronger and part of a patriotic team. You will also receive up to $50,000 in scholarships towards your education, including training and placement in exciting tech and medical fields. Build your future and support your country. Apply to miarmyguard.com. That's miarmyguard.com. It's time to announce the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com. miarmyguard.com.
Hey, this is Sergeant Bo Dutton, recruiter for the Gaylord area. I'm proud to announce that the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week is basketballer Nathan O'Connell of the
Congratulations to the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio's High School Scoreboard Show. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com.
Spring is just around the corner. Get your business ready to roll. Jim Wiernig Chevrolet in Gaylord has serious commercial vehicles at serious almost spring savings. Right now, save over $5,000 on in-stock commercial inventory, including 2025 Chevrolet Express 2500 cargo vans, 2025 Chevy Express box trucks, and 2025 Silverado 2400 HD dump trucks. Built to work, ready for the season, and priced to move. Visit ChevyCentral.com or stop by Jim Wiernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. See dealer for details. Now try it.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wiernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins and Jerry Coyne in studio with you this morning. And before we get to the recorded interview with head coach Doug Ballman talking about that win over Petoskey last night, JC, we do want to mention the National Guard Student Athlete of the Week. This week was Carter Grubb after setting a school record against Forest Hills Northern in that game last Saturday. Just an incredible ball
43?
game. 43. School record, 5 or 7 dunks in the game. This kid, any chance he gets, he loves to.
Yeah, he likes to throw it down.
He does. He's probably got 30-some already this season.
You know, it's fun to see a kid grow into a great season.
Yes.
You know, they showed a little flashes of this last year,
right.
But I don't even think Coach Bauman could have predicted the steps that he's taken.
No question.
Yeah.
Because like you said, even the first few ball games, he wasn't playing with a lot of confidence. And we were playing great competition, the Rockfords, the East Kentwoods, guys like that. But all of a sudden, after those games, he made it, I'm going after. I'm starting attacking. And the post moves, he's had some nice post moves down low, and it's working. He's using both hands down low.
He's a really good offensive rebounder.
Yes.
He's got... I noticed this. I was going to talk to him. It looks like he has small feet, and so do I. And you know, I think it makes it a little bit easier to be quick on your feet and jump a little better. You know, when you have those big flopping feet.
Exactly. Takes a little bit to get them going and moving.
But he's got really good court sense. He's got. He has a nose for the ball.
Yes.
And, you know, congratulations. He's a really good kid.
He is a really, really good kid. He's going to play at Lake Superior State next year. But right now, we'll listen to Coach Doug Ballman after that 68-54 win to secure another Big North championship for the Titans. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Michigan Trailers in Traverse City. Rich Calkins alongside Doug Ballman, head coach, and now back-to-back champs of the Big North. How's that sound, Coach?
Sounds great. Real happy for these boys. Real proud of them to come into an arena like this with the night that they had, the crowd, and just knowing that Petoskey's a really good team. They play hard. We kind of weathered some of their runs and increased ours in the second half, and I couldn't be more happy for the boys and the effort they put in.
Yeah, Coach, that first half, it was a little sloppy and getting used to the floor, and like both teams were slipping, the ball was bouncing like it had a lot of air in it, but then they settled down in that second half and really turned it up and it played tight basketball.
They did, and that was kind of what we had talked about. We knew that there was going to be high energy. We knew that we were going to have some nerves, and obviously we had a lot of air balls with those nerves, and we knew that they were going to be physical. I was glad we were able to play through that, and we missed some easy shots early on and kind of got our composure, changed the offensive set a little bit, and really rolled after that. I was real happy with their execution, especially in the second half.
Right, and Coach, that depth perception, a little different in this gym compared to Alpena, where the walls are right behind the baskets and in a much more spacious arena here in Petoskey.
Yep, I would agree. It took us a little while to probably find that, but once we did, Ashton came in, hit some big shots for us. Blake, again, had a phenomenal game for us. Carter was able to get downhill, and, everything just kind of came together when we needed it to, and we're just real proud of the boys, and they definitely earned this Big North Conference championship for the second year.
I love it. And how about Brody Jones?
Yeah.
They're leaving him alone. He said, all right, I'll bury it, and he did.
And that's the conversation we had at halftime. We pulled him aside and said, listen, they're sagging off of you. You're a great shooter. Knock these down. We need you to shoot these. And he came out and hit 2 or 3 of them right off the bat, and that changed their dynamic. They then had to account for him. It opened up the lane. We were ready, able to run that high screen and roll, get downhill, and a lot of things worked well because of Brody Jones.
Yeah, Coach, we talk about a lot. No lead is ever safe, especially the shooters that they have here, and even the bigs can shoot the 3. And so you can stretch it out to 15, a little more sometimes, and then make a little run. But then every time West would answer the bell.
And they would, frustrating for a coach. There was a lot of those runs happen. We forced the issue. We weren't patient on offense. A lot of things that we could have prevented. So then again, you just bring them in, calm them down, saying, hey, we're not being efficient enough, and as a result, they're being effective. And so I was real happy we were able to settle down and knock down some more shots and come away with a real nice win on the road.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Coach. And so again, great conference win. We're conference champs again, and not a whole lot of time to rest and enjoy because we play at 3:30 again tomorrow.
Yep, it's going to be a battle. We'll get some rest, but again, good competition going into the district play, and then Monday against a very good Ludington team, and then finish up in the conference. But I know the guys will be ready to compete. It'll be a fun atmosphere there at St. Francis. It always is, but we'll take it, enjoy the win tonight, and we'll worry about that tomorrow.
Yeah. So, Coach, I take it the Jimmy John's player of the game was Mr. Ashton Royal over here?
It is, yep, and I'm not sure who you guys had for the Fox Motivated, but
we were thinking Brody Jones.
That's a fantastic, he just played such great defense, and again, coming out and knocking those big shots down for us. As I tell him and Graham Hetherington, they're the linemen. They're the unsung heroes. They do everything you ask them, and they just don't get the spotlight, so he's definitely deserving of the spotlight tonight. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Great job. Great win, Coach. Congratulations. And let's get right back at it again tomorrow afternoon.
Sounds good. Safe travels home.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Coach Doug Ballman. Again, Ashton, come on around here, buddy. All right. Ashton Royal, the Jimmy John's player of the game. Congratulations, Ashton. Great win here tonight. And 10 points, couple of threes again. You're able to hit those threes, man. They give you that little bit of space. You'll vary.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what was it like again? Now you're back-to-back conference champs. What's that mean now in your senior year that you in your junior and senior year that you were the Big North champs?
I mean, it feels great. We did it last year with the seniors. Great couple of guys. It feels even better to do it this year. I mean, we're undefeated. Hoping to go do a clean sweep with the guys, and nothing better. I mean, hanging out with the guys, it's just great.
Right, it's lots of fun. Yeah, I mean, 10-0 in conference play now, 12-4 overall, and now we have won 11 out of your last 12 games. So just really overall, big picture that you guys are playing excellent basketball.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, all right, Ashton. Tomorrow, not a whole lot of time to rest up now, bud. We play at 3:30 again tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So against the Granville team, that's very good. They've had 7 losses coming into tonight's play, but they played East Kentwood to 3 and Rockford to 2, so they've battled tough. So it will be a great game. Well, enjoy the Jimmy John.
Thank you.
You deserved it.
Thank you.
To you and your whole family. They've been big supporters of us here all year, the last couple of years. So good job, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so
All
much.
right, Ashton Royal, the Jimmy John's player of the game. Thanks for listening to Up North Sports Radio. JJ and I will be back on the call around 3:15 tomorrow from Traverse City, St. Francis. So, once again, the Titans are the Big North champ. We'll see you, Ashton. All right, they win here in Petoskey, 68-54. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Good projection there, Rich.
Yes.
Sounded like the boat was going down.
Hey, well, you did, exactly. Yeah, little background noise there throughout the interview. Let you know that it meant a lot to, obviously, why Coach Ballman was really excited. He was about as excited coming up for that interview as he has been. So he knows how much work these kids have put in to be back-to-back Big North champs.
Yeah.
So
it's another name on the banner, and, let's They got a tough assignment today.
They do, absolutely. Yeah, coming back.
Off a big game. There was a lot of energy expanded in that game.
Yes.
The game was a lot tighter than the final score.
Oh, for sure.
Turned out to be.
Yeah.
And they're only going to get, 8 hours rest, 10 hours rest. Hopefully they got some good sleep, and good thing for them they're playing a little later in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, we'll be an interesting at 3:30 over at the Northern Michigan Showcase. All right, when we come back, we're going to have Ryan Benzenberg from the Cadillac Vikings joining us. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord.
Spring is just around the corner. Get your business ready to roll. Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord has serious commercial vehicles at serious almost spring savings. Right now, save over $5,000 on in-stock commercial inventory, including 2025 Chevrolet Express 2500 cargo vans, 2025 Chevy Express box trucks, and 2025 Silverado 2400 HD dump trucks. Built to work, ready for the season, and priced to move. Visit ChevyCentral.com or stop by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. See dealer for details.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
The President's Day sale going on now at your Gaylor Gardner White Furniture has tremendous doorbuster deals, plus an extra 30% off furniture and 60% off mattresses. Get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now with an in-store credit card or many different 0% interest plans. Redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylor Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
Love is in the air this February at Benetham's. Begin your romantic dinner with oysters Rockefeller, classic seafood Chiappino, or crispy coconut shrimp. Continue your love affair with the chef specials, or a perfect Piedmontese 14-ounce New York strip is always a tremendous taste treat. The Benetham's wine list has the perfect pairings, including many fine sparkling wines to make the meal complete. Visit Benethams.com and make your reservations today. Benetham's, for the true love of food. Big capability, smart monthly payments. It's all happening now at Jim Wernig GMC. Lease a 2026 Sierra Elevation 4-wheel drive double cab for only $166 per month plus tax. Or choose the confident 2026 Terrain Elevation all-wheel drive for $399 a month plus tax. These are 24-month leases, 10,000 miles per year with 2026 due at signing. Ready to make your move? Call 989-732-4288 and drive professional grade today. Jim Wernig GMC. We are professional grade. See dealer for details.
Up North Sports Radio can help you plan your next Northern Michigan adventure. Tune in Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. to hear the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio calendar. You'll get details on some of the best live performance and community events. Go to upnorthsportsradio.com anytime to see a full calendar of events, hear the feature as a podcast, or submit your own community event. Your adventure starts with the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio calendar.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now is the head coach of the Cadillac Vikings, Ryan Benzenberg. Coach, it's got to feel good coming off a nice win last night against Saginaw Swan Valley.
Yeah, morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it is. We have been we've been consistently inconsistent for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So, been frustrating, but I thought we played pretty decent last night. We had some stretches where things looked really good, and I guess that's kind of the norm for a young basketball team. We are at the end of February, so we're hoping we're getting ready to play our best basketball. And last night was one of the better games we played, so that's exciting and gives us a little bit of momentum here. Right,
and Coach, looking at your final 3 games, Midland, Alpena, Gaylord, certainly all games that you guys could go out on a nice winning streak.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. Definitely this season our schedule was front-loaded as far as talent, particularly in the BNC. So kind of took some lumps early. You know, we did end up losing a game in Gaylord this past week on, Thursday. We have the illness bug going through right now, which I think most schools do, and we had a bunch of guys that were just under the weather. Look, credit Gaylord, they played better than we did. They deserve to win. But we do feel good going into this last week that if we play to a level that we know we're capable of playing, I think we'll put ourselves in a position to be successful. I guess the tricky part is figuring out how to make sure we're playing at that level, and that's something that, as coaches, is making me lose sleep at night.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, I also, before that Gaylord game, you got to play a 19-1 Ludington team. Very good, obviously. What is it? What do they do really well, Coach? Because TC West takes them on next week.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting game to watch this week, guys, with West and Ludington. Look, they have everything they need, and I would expect them, barring any injuries or illnesses, to make a pretty significant run in D2.
Okay.
Their guard play is really strong, and they get out and run. They transition so well. They just put a tremendous amount of pressure on your defense.
Wow.
And if you don't guard, they're going to get downhill, and then they have the Gunzo kid, the football kid that's going to Ferris, who is an equally good basketball player, and he did what he wanted down low just because he's so strong and athletic. His second jump was incredibly fast, and they had us on the ropes pretty early, and our kids, we did not handle it well.
Okay. All right.
Well, that could happen, Coach. Rich and I were talking off air about what happened to Michigan State last night, and sometimes it's a bad matchup.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it was for us.
Yeah.
We have struggled most of the season of keeping the ball out of the paint, particularly with the guard play, and that's what Ludington's strengths are. Taj is a really good player. The Himes triplets are really, really good as well.
Triplets.
So they have a freshman, sophomore, junior, and they all can play. And we struggled to keep them out of the paint. So hopefully we'll learn something from it. I tell our guys, in a loss, if you take something from it and are better for having went through it, we'll accept the loss. And again, I don't mind losing if we're playing our best and the team we're playing is better than us. Yeah. I'm not sure if we would have played our best. We still had enough for Ludington Tuesday, but we didn't play our best, and that's something that we're trying to work on.
Coach, I know that you guys are pretty young, and so that's led to a lot of the inconsistency. But, I mean, having followed your teams pretty closely for the last 6 years or so, you're one of those teams that the team ends up getting it later on in the year, and it looks like you're still kind of grasping at straws in some areas.
That's a fair assessment, and that's my biggest frustration is figuring it out as the season goes. Like, we don't have to be playing our best at the beginning of the year, but climbing the mountain and being ready in February, it is taking significantly longer than I think we expected and liked, and that's leading to a lot of my sleepless nights. So hopefully we're turning the corner and going to be better this last week leading into the district. I think the point about some games that we know that we can win will help us and maybe springboard us. It's really astonishing the lack of how easy it is for this group to lose their confidence when things aren't necessarily going well, how it leads to more mistakes, and I think that's something that we're really working on with them to be better.
Yeah. Coach, who is it again? I know we probably asked a few weeks ago, but who's all in your district this year?
Yeah, it's Mount Pleasant, Bay City Western, Bay City Central, Midland High, Midland Dow.
Okay.
So looking at the MPR, we'll probably, even with our losing record, be the 2 seed because of our strength of schedule.
Right. Which
means we'll have a bye Monday, and we're going to play the winner of Bay City Western, Midland Dow on Wednesday.
Completely different district for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, when we bumped up to D1 a couple of years ago, that's kind of the district that we were in back in the early 2000s when we were D1 as well. So we were just a handful of kids, I think 12 this year, over the D1 limit, so that bumps us up a little bit.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know if the MHSAA will ever do it, but they need to go to 8 divisions like they have in football. It's just
there's been talk about going to 5. I even think 5 would spread it out. Like the smallest D1 schools, like 820, and you're going all the way up to 3,000 kids.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big disparity.
No, it's huge, and as you mentioned, I mean, like we said, we've been following you for a number of years. What was it last year? You were over by 1.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
In the year we had Charlie Howell that we lost to Muskegon in the regional final.
Yeah.
We were 4 over, and I'll go to my grave saying we had what it took to get to the Final Four in D2 if we would have been there.
Right. Yeah, no, it's been a head scratcher for me for forever. That it's incrementally harder to win a state championship in basketball than it is in football in this state.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would agree, particularly if you're the small fish in the big pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I look at somebody like TC West, in my opinion, they're a really, really good Division One school. They got they got guards that can play, and I look for them to win a district and probably win their first round of regional. Then you're running into a Rockford team that beat them by 40.
Exactly.
I mean, the upper echelon, especially this year, there's a lot of D2, D3 teams that would lose to a Rockford, East Lansing, or Brother Rice. Yeah. I mean, there are some great basketball teams, and the tournament's going to be very interesting. But like you said, I mean, West in a D2 situation could probably look to make it to
no doubt
to the semifinals at least. But it's. You never know what's going to happen. You make all your shots, and God knows. But, I mean, I've seen some very, very, very athletic basketball teams this year.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Coach,
no doubt about it.
Is Midland Dow, are they going to be the number 1 seed in your district?
Mount Pleasant's got the number 1 seed locked up. Dow will be 3.
3? Okay. All right. No,
they're playing really good basketball right now. They made a coaching change at the Christmas break, and they've got it turned around a little bit. I think they're the most dangerous team in our district, to be honest with you.
Coach, you don't see that happen a whole lot.
No.
All right.
Hey, well.
We'll leave that there. Yeah. So anyway, well, Coach, I mean, good win last night, and again, these next coming games to close out the regular season. I can't believe it's here. But 3 games, and again, we wish you all the best, Coach.
Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on, and I say it every time I'm on. Thank you for everything you do for Northern Michigan high school sports.
We're going to miss you today, Coach. It's always nice chatting with you.
You guys have a good day. Enjoy it. I'm looking forward to some of those scores.
Yeah.
All right.
Coach,
take care.
Ryan Benzenberg of the Cadillac Vikings. Yeah, love talking to Coach Benzenberg.
No, I always love
it.
It's funny because, we talk to him on the phone. And But it's a little different when you don't have a few hundred people listening to your conversation.
And you could just talk,
Yeah.
Real conversations, real things,
or especially
strategies.
when we see him at the showcase, and you're watching another team because it's usually after he's played. Mm-hmm. And so you're watching the 2 other teams play, and you just kind of discuss what you see on the floor and what happened in his game versus what's happening on the floor.
Yeah.
You can talk officials. It just, kind of a lot of different things come up. And,
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep. Just talking ball, man. Yeah, and how you see it. So.
Yeah, and it's, we're stagging it.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
No wives around.
Yes. Exactly.
Got a steak dinner coming up.
Right. So, no, all is well. All right. J.J. Rowell and I will be on the call at 3:30, about 3:15 for the West Granville game on Up North Sports Radio.
Yeah. Here at 12:45 or so, the Michigan-UCLA game will be on the airwaves. So if you don't have a chance to get in front of a TV and watch that, or you just want some background noise, if Michigan wins this game, they'll be ranked number 1.
Yeah, I think they should be.
They should be ranked number 1 anyways.
Yes.
But beating UCLA and having Arizona lost last week, although that was a loss at Kansas on the road.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're really the top 4 teams have really kind of separated themselves, I think. Mm-hmm. It would be really easy to see Arizona, Duke, Michigan, and Connecticut in the Final Four.
Sure.
I would probably take those 4 teams as a national champion versus the whole rest of the field.
Right. No, and what a Final Four that would be.
That would be very, very cool. You rarely get that, but
exactly.
I've seen all those teams play, and then Michigan's going to end up playing Duke next Saturday.
They are,
at Madison Square Garden.
What a great environment to play, for sure.
Yeah. So that's the extent. No, the Pistons are off. Red Wings are off.
Yeah.
Tiger baseball's coming up pretty soon.
And it's going to be a great season.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Thanks for joining us on the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show. Back to 97.1 The Ticket and the partnership we have with them. We appreciate it.
Well, and the partnership we have with with Jim Wiernig Chevrolet and Jim Wiernig GMC up in Gaylord allow us to bring you this Scoreboard program.
Thank you very much.
This has been the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wiernig GMC in Gaylord, dedicated to the best customer service and the best offers. Join us next Saturday at 10 with host Rich Calkins. Nobody loves high school sports like Up North Sports Radio.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. Up North Sports Radio is the home of the Detroit Sports Network. The Northern Michigan High School Scoreboard Show with Rich Calkins every Saturday morning at 10. Catch Front Lines to Freedom every Sunday morning at 6. Are the Wings on tonight? Go to UpNorthSportsRadio.com and get all the Detroit game info. Leading the lineup on the Detroit Sports Network, Up North Sports Radio.
The snow is flying and the chill is in the air. Find a new winter hobby that'll have you breathing in all that fresh air in Bel Air. Super Sundays at Shush Mountain are the day for slope junkies. Not only do you get a lift ticket and rental equipment, but you can also take advantage of a large group lesson with stations covering the core basics of skiing and snowboarding for just $60. It's the ultimate package. Come join in on all the fun on Shush Mountain at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
East Lansing during that phone call, and I was not happy with Aiden Hutchinson, and I turned out to be pretty wrong.
Yeah, very good player.
Yeah, he's okay.
Very
he gets
very good.
$45 million a year. Yeah, he's pretty good.
They need a help. He needs a little help, though. No doubt about it.
Yes.
All right, we were mentioning UCLA's at Chrysler, and I said, God, I don't remember them ever playing there, but they've played it there a few times, obviously, now. As we checked, as most recent as 2018, I think 2008 they played there as well. They did play for the national championship in 1965. Cassie Russell was the...
of course, Cassie Russell.
Well, he was that's Chrysler is the house that Cassie built.
Yeah.
And Michigan lost to UCLA in the finals. UCLA had a guy named... Well, if you know ball, you might know him because he played for some good Laker teams too. Gail Goodrich was on that team along with Keith Erickson. Anyway, I don't want to go too far back, but UCLA has always been, the pillar of college basketball. Once I started following college basketball as a young kid, they won 10 out of 12 from 1964 to 75.
Yes,
and it will look. Let's give them their due. They deserve credit for all the championships, but it was a lot easier for if you had a really good team in the West, you had to beat Santa Clara or one of those schools. The next thing you know, you win one more game and you're in the Final Four because there was only 16 teams back then when I started watching it. And anyway, but the history is there. Lou Alcindor, Bill Walton, you go on and on. Sidney Wicks, Curtis Rowe. Anyway. John Wood, the Wizard of Westwood. And the other thing for me personally is I went to summer school at UCLA one semester and got to play pickup basketball at Pauley Pavilion, so that was pretty cool.
So you're a little biased.
I'm not biased. They're a blue blood of college basketball. I mean, historically.
Would you get either coach at their prime, John Wooden or Mike Krzyzewski?
Can't stand either one of them, but I would take Coach K.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to do what he did than it is what John Wooden did.
I think in that era, too.
Right.
You know, to your point about the regionalization of the tournament and just the game of basketball was so different in the Wooden days. And I am not of the school of, these were plumbers and Bob Cousy couldn't dribble with his left hand. Whatever. I understand that it's a different game, and it certainly is. But I don't believe in the people that diminish the accomplishments of some of the greats in the early days of the sport just because it didn't look as talented as it does today. It's really hard to be an elite professional athlete at any level, and to do what UCLA and John Wooden did. I mean, 10 national titles. That's not. Tom Izzo has less Final Fours. We were talking about it earlier today.
Right.
10 titles in 12 years.
And the other
it's
thing,
incredible.
John Wooden, what people don't like to talk about is, he was a great coach. There's no doubt about it. Bill Walton also talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
But there was a guy there, like his name was, I believe, Sam Gilbert. Basically, if you watch Blue Chips, I mean, they had their little, you really think Lou Alcindor just wanted to leave New York City to go to L.A. just to play basketball? You didn't think there was a little money involved there either?
Right.
I mean, this has been going on for years. In fact, the funny thing is, I believe it came down to him, between UCLA and Michigan. But so the question is, what is old that if you're an older person, you have a hard time explaining younger people this was unbelievable? And it doesn't even have to be sports. Conversely, what is it that young people have a hard time figuring out that why older people don't get it?
I just mentioned it. I still don't. I do have to say Bob Cousy not being able to dribble with his left hand is absurd that he's as highly regarded as he is. Do you have thoughts on Bob Cousy?
Well, I hate the Celtics. But no, he was great. I never really remembered the whole left hand thing. But the thing about guys like Cousy, if they played today, look, you can't. The problem with old versus new in sports is you try to supplant the person that you saw back in the day into today's game. And I think there are some players who could play and excel at any era. Like they're talking about Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Wilt Chamberlain. I mean LeBron, yes. Wilt Chamberlain would be just as dominant now as he was back then because while they look weird now when you watch some of the old highlights and things like that, they didn't have the advantages, in some cases maybe disadvantages, of the training and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of because they say the big guys, well, they only had to go up against this big guy and that big guy. Well, you know what? There would be more. Those big guys were pretty good, too, in their day.
I think every sport is at its peak right now because all sports just grow and grow and grow. I don't know if there's any sport where you could pick an era in the past that's distinctly better, more talented, more skillful, more successful than that same sport right now. And that's just the nature